First of all, guys, I got a message from YouTube this morning. Anime King 2 is on the review. So yeah, I'm just gonna see what they're gonna be reviewing because up to this point, I haven't been told what exactly I did, if I got copyright strikes or not, because I have no strikes, not even a single one. I have no community guideline strikes or anything either. So at the moment, my channel is on the review. I'm just gonna see what is going to happen after this, and then I'm gonna inform you guys. But for now, I'm gonna be giving you part 7 of what if Naruto was given abilities by 4 devils. Remember to get this one to 200 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, stay in tune. I'm gonna be posting a new episode over on Anime King 3 tonight, guys, so stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys enjoy. And remember, if you're new, to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, and yeah, without further ado, what do you say begin this new episode? Start the intro. So, the last time we left off, the old woman was the one that was testing Naruto and his group, as Lee had transformed, as he had merged with his other half. Naruto was still making his way there when he was suddenly trapped. Yes, as he was trapped inside of a white dome of spear, where he had to fight his other self. Yes, a darker version of him that was using the devil arm, as Naruto used a new light power that he got from the orb. After listening to Neven, Naruto overpowered his dark side as he was able to drive him out and defeat him, as he simply burst into black ashes and float away. The group then reunite, as Naruto was surprised to see Lee like that. Tenten as well. Naruto wasn't sure, but Lee was from the clan that had said to gone extinct a long time ago, as Naruto wasn't sure how that was even possible. But to the moment, they had to make their way back to the village now, as the woman told Naruto that his life was going to be filled with a lot of hard decisions and a lot of dangerous battles to come. And when he's ready, she will be here to tell him his future. And with that, she melts away in the earth, making his way back to the village as the group made their way back after the mission. Hayashi wanted to speak with Naruto. Being the head of his clan left remain, Hayashi wanted Naruto to help Hinata and Hanabi, as he wanted Naruto to marry Hinata as well. Their clans had always been close together, and they want to keep it that way. Naruto had no objections about that, as the two girls had moved into his house, with Haku there as well, as Hinata was a wonderful cook and Naruto liked her cooking. Seeing that the one time when Haku cooked, he was in bed for 3 days. As Naruto had another mission now, he was supposed to go on a mission with his team. He really didn't like them, as they were supposed to guard Yuki, the princess phone in the movies, as Naruto went and knocked the girl out to bring her back. They were making their way towards the land of snow. Naruto had a really bad feeling, like something bad was going to happen very soon. So yeah guys, so basically that's what left off. You guys can switch across the village and check it out for yourself. So what is to begin this new episode? Naruto and his group was watching as the film was being played out in front of them, as the first fight was going to happen in the film, until a huge explosion went off. That wasn't a part of the movie. Kakashi jumped out front, telling everyone to get back, as Naruto also moved up a bit as well. Once the smoke cleared away, there was a man with long purple hair tied up in a ponytail, green eyes with pink marks over them, with green dots on his forehead. He was also in a grey bodysuit. He had a headband that patterned like snowflakes on it, as these were the ninjas of the land of snow. "Welcome to the snow country," he said. Kakashi snapped his head around and he heard the ice rumbling around the other side, as a woman made herself be known. Pink hair, green eyes, with pink dots on her forehead, and a silver bodysuit she was wearing. "I welcome you, Koyuki-Heim," the woman said. "Do you have the crystal with you?" "Koyuki-Heim?" Kakashi said in shock as he looked towards Yuki, as he turned his head to the other direction, where another man was snowboarding down, as he stopped and flipped his board and caught it in his hand, as he was on the larger side. Another member of their group, as he was wearing the same clothing with the armor, and he had a massive gauntlet on his arm. As expected of Kakashi Hatake, the man said. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura. You three, protect Yuki-san, said Kakashi. The three of them surrounded the actress. Kakashi told him to go back to the ship. Fubuki, Mizore, the first male said as he was the leader of the group. You two get Koyuki Harem. I'll take care of Kakashi, he said as he jumped down. It's been a while, Kakashi, he said. This time you're not going to run away again like last time. Ragura, Nidori, said Kakashi. Naruto created 4 clones surrounding Yuki, while he created the Kyuubi in his hand as he gripped the blade tightly. Sasuke and Sakura kept the perimeter close around Yuki as they wonder where did Naruto get that sword all of a sudden. Yuki-san, hurry and return to the ship, said Sakura. She looked at Naruto as he stood himself firm right in front of the two of them. I'm Sama, Sandio called out to her. Yuki however heard none of this as she was too busy in her memories, like how she was evacuated out of the castle and forced to leave her father behind. But Naruto was having none of it. What the hell are you guys doing? Hurry up and get the hell out of here. We have to hurry back to the ship, Sandio said. No, said Yuki. You have to, or you would die, he said. I don't care if I die, she said. I'm not going. I'm not going to the snow country, she said, as she was hyperventilating. Stop being so selfish and get the hell up, said Naruto. Do you really want to die out here? The large man set his sights on Naruto as he hopped onto his board and slid straight towards Naruto. Naruto launched himself towards the man in a stabbing position. The man brought up his gauntlet and blocked the stab. As he knocked the sword to his side, he twisted his hand to slam into Naruto's skull, but Naruto grabbed his fist. As Naruto twists in mid-air, jumping, and smashed his heel right into the man's jaw. The large man swung his gauntlet arm as Naruto brought his blade in front of him, as it slammed into the blade, pushing Naruto back as he flipped and landed on his feet. The man charged towards Naruto with his left fist, caught back. Naruto threw the blade up in the air as he caught the fist and caught another gauntlet fist. As he summoned some of the Kyuubi's chakra, the ground below them exploded. Naruto slammed his knee into the man's chin and caught his blade. As he sliced at him, it clashed against his gauntlet arm. Naruto twisted and went behind him and lifted him off the ground. The man's eyes went wide because of the kid's strength as Naruto slammed him hard. The man rolled to the side and got to his feet, coughing violently. Naruto smirked as he went into the loaded fist, Taijutsu style of fighting that Lee taught him. Come, he motioned with his hand. Meanwhile in the group, Sakura saw Fubuki coming towards them as she threw a barrage of kunai, but the girl dodged him. Sasuke quickly summoned up a Fuma Shuriken and threw it forward. She jumped back as she speed through hand signs. Ice release, swallow attack, she said, as she created ice birds that flew towards Sasuke. Sasuke speed through hand sign, fire style, fireball jutsu, he said, as his fireball incinerated the ice birds. As Sasuke continued to run through hand signs, fire style, phoenix flower jutsu, as he fired out smaller fireballs towards her, a lot of them. Ice release, ice prison, she said, as he transferred her chakra to the ground. Sasuke had to jump back as ice popped out of the ground, trying to skewer him, as he fired another massive fireball towards her, but she simply dodged. As the fireball had blocked the way, suddenly wires were sent towards her as he wrapped her right around a snow column, pinning her to it. But she used the device on her back to cut it, as she looked towards Uchiha and smirked. Sasuke clenched his fists. Back with Naruto, as he had dealt several slashes to the man, yet the man didn't show tiredness or fatigue. The man got back up and slammed his hand on the ground. Ice release. Frozen needle of pain, he said. A large amount of needles flew right towards Naruto from the ground. Naruto pulled out Angel and Reaper as he started to blast, destroying all the ice needles mid-air. As Naruto cocked his hand forward before swinging around, as he fired a bolt that curved around everything and went straight towards the man's arm. The man cried out in pain as the bullet split right into his arm. As Naruto went through quick hand signs, demonic style, ice release, ice dragon blast. A massive ice dragon formed and fly towards the man in a quick burst of speed. But a purple barrier appeared on the man and blocked the ice dragon, surprising Naruto as Kakashi landed beside him. Kakashi, what the hell is going on? Attacks are not affecting the sky. It's the armor. The armor made in the land of snow. They are famous for being so far ahead of technology, and this is one of the results. The chakra armor gives them the ability to withstand some forceful attacks and can even repel some, but these are stronger than the last time I faced someone with them. His opponent arrived and clapped. Good job figuring it out, Kakashi. But it doesn't matter, this is where you die. As he went through hand sign, ice release, noble dragon, fierce tiger. A massive tiger made from ice rushed towards Kakashi. Kakashi went through hand sign, water release. Water dragon projectile! But the tiger ripped right through Kakashi's technique and kept on coming, forcing Naruto and Kakashi to jump away. To the side, as a large man released his gauntlet trying to catch Yuki, but Sakura jumped in the way, taking the hit. The man growled, "Get out of my way," he said as he threw her to the side, as she slammed into an ice pillar as she was knocked out. He launched his grab right towards Yuki once again, but Naruto was already in the way with Yamato. Naruto slashed twice as he sheathed his blade. The wire snapped as Naruto had sliced right into it as he caught the projectile hand. He burned it and threw it back towards the man, as the man had to duck under it. As Naruto had turned to see Yuki had fainted, he quickly made two clones to grab the actress he thought. Kakashi and Nidori appeared on top of a mountain peak as Nidori went through hand signs. "It appears time for you to die. Now say hello to my ice release." One horned whale. A massive whale came up and smashed in the island, breaking it away. "I see, that's quite a powerful juice," said Kakashi, as the Sharingan was now revealed. "Naruto, get them out of here!" Naruto got his teammate and get the hell out of there as Kakashi went through hand sign. "Ice release, one horn whale," he said. "As usual, you copied it, but you can't beat me with your own jutsu," said Nidori, as he created another ice whale as well, as the two ice whales smashed together. The both of their bodies smashed down hard, breaking the glacier, as the entire island shattered apart. Kakashi jumped back as everything was coming down, as he saw Naruto getting them out of there with his clones. "Cut," the director said. He had been filming that all on the ship. "Wow, we just filmed a great scene," said the assistant. The three snow ninjas landed on a sturdy piece of ice, as he watched Kakashi land on the ship and the ship departed. 30 minutes later, Kakashi was in Yuki's room, as she was still knocked out. As Kakashi saw the necklace, he picked it up and looked at it. "It's been 10 years since that time, huh, Sandy?" said Kakashi. "Yes, it appeared the past is truly coming back to bite us. However, now, we will truly be ready." Kakashi nodded as he looked at the sleeping girl. Kazahana Koyuke, daughter of Kazahana Sasetsu, and the princess of the Land of Snow. "She's grown quite a looker in years," said Kakashi. "Yes, she has, but I came to inform you we'll be reaching the harbor by tomorrow morning, so you should get some rest." Kakashi nodded as he sat the necklace down and walked out the room. Time skip. Yuki woke up as she heard a loud creaking sound as she shook her head. That was something she never wanted to go through ever again. She got out of bed. She needed to get some fresh air before going back to bed. When she walked out, she saw that the moon was shining brightly, as she heard a voice. "You couldn't sleep either," Naruto asked. He was wearing a simple white shirt and a black pants. She was wondering how he could wear that without getting cold. "What are you doing out here? Isn't it past your bedtime?" she asked. "I can stay awake for 3 days without sleep, so I can stay up all night and look at this moon," said Naruto. It was then that Koyuki realized that he was smoking. Indeed, Naruto was smoking. As Koyuki looked at him, he had on tattoos. She made her way over, as she didn't know why, but she felt really calm now. Around this boy, that was strange. "So, what was that weapon you used? I never seen a sword look so exotic." Naruto laughed as he summoned Kyuubi and showed her the sword. "This is by far one of my favorite swords, other than a few others. It is able to withstand the strongest flame imaginable. It works well when you use the sword to fight against a fire user, as they can't beat the sword," as he made it vanish. She then got a good look at his tattoos and whistled. "Wow, you sure like tattoos," she said. As she looked at him, for someone so young, his arms are quite muscular. "I know, but it's something I wanted. I like them and I feel it was worth the pain I went through to get them." He was partially right, even though they weren't put on with the needle. He had to fight demons to get them. Yuki nodded, as there was an awkward pause between them. She didn't know why this question just popped into her head, but she asked it anyway. "So, do you have a girlfriend?" As she trailed off, seeing that she didn't know his name, but he knew hers. "Well, kind of. It's Naruto. I know I don't, not yet anyway. But I have to rebuild my clan, or else my clan will die out with me." Yuki looked at him in surprise. "So how many girlfriends do you need to rebuild your clan?" she asked. Naruto simply shrugged. "I don't know. All I know is I have to rebuild my clan, and the number for that is unknown." Yuki wondered why these questions were coming to her head. "Have you had your first kiss before?" "No, but why do you..." Naruto was cut off as she kissed him. As she pulled back. "Because, for some reason, it's strange but I can't stop thinking about you," she said. "And that kiss was a thank you for protecting me." "Well," said Naruto, "that was just something I was supposed to do as a man. Can't allow a girl to get hurt in front of me." "Well then," she said, "I still think you're a boy. If you want me to call you a man, you got to prove it." Naruto laughed a bit as he turned to face her. "Then don't blink," he said, as he kissed her, as she kissed him back. The both of them stayed there and kissed all night under the moon. Time skip. The next morning, they were on the deck of the ship, with Yuki, now being referred to as Koyuki, as Sakura and Sasuke were confused, looking at Naruto and Koyuki. Seeing that they couldn't stand each other now, they become good friends. They were very curious until Kakashi came out and told them they were needed for a mission briefing between the group. They gave one more glance at Naruto and Koyuki, who were now walking into the chambers. They followed the two while still giving them looks. As they made their way, the Konoha ninjas, the director, Sandy, all of them were in the same room, discussing the situation with Koyuki. As Naruto and Koyuki were sitting next to each other, Sasuke and Sakura are now curious, looking their way. "So you know about this, right?" said Kakashi. "Yes," said Sandy. "But I never thought it would be you." Kakashi Hatake assisting me. He looked towards Koyuki, who looked rather angry towards him, possibly because of what he was about to do. "But it needed to be done to avenge your fallen leader. You must have known how she would react if she was forced to return here," said Kakashi. "This was the only way I could bring the princess back to the country," said Sandy. "So you really are a princess then," said Naruto. She nodded her head. Naruto could tell that she was hurting inside, just from the look. "Yes. Yuki is her fake name. Her real name is Koyuki Kazahana, heiress to the land of snow." Sakura and Sasuke were surprised. Naruto already knew that real name after the Snow Ninja scholar that the last time I was with her, she was very young. It's not surprised she doesn't remember me. He started to explain how he was able to help her escape while her home burned down with her father left behind. Koyuki, looking more depressed, as she remembered that day clearly. "So you're also from Snow Country, Sandio-san," said Sakura. "That's right, I used to serve at Sosetsu-sama, the previous leader of the countryside, before his bastard brother killed him." He launched into an explanation how Snow Country used to be a small and peaceful country. He explained that it was 10 years ago that Dodo hired ninjas and took over the country by killing his brother. "I couldn't beat them at the time. I had to go and get the princess out of there," said Kakashi. "I found the princess," said Sandeo, "as I was overjoyed when I saw her. From that day forth, I chose to watch over her to make sure she was safe until the day we returned to the Snow Country for her to reclaim her rightful seat as the ruler. It would have been better if I had died that day," said Koyuki, as she got her from the seat and walked towards the door. "Please don't say that," said Sandeo. "The reason that you're alive is our only hope. It doesn't matter if I'm still alive. Ever since that instant, my tears have dried up. You're the only one that has them, and I don't care anymore," she said. Sandeo lowered his head. "After the incident, I managed to become her manager, and I waited for the chance to bring her back here, so she could rule her people. So all the time you were using us," Director Assistant asked. "I apologize for fooling all of you, but this is for the future of Snow Country." He dropped towards his hands and knees. "Koyuki-sama, you must overthrow Dodo and become our new queen. I, Sandeo, will protect you in my life. So please fight with us," he said. He looked towards her with hope in his eyes. "No. Do not joke around me," she said. "I lost all hope in Snow Country. I don't plan to return to that place." They were shocked that the man just poured his heart out, begging her, and she just turned him down that quickly. As Naruto was livid, he was angry. Not to mention he kissed her last night, that made it even worse. "So, I was right about you then. You're nothing but a coward. And what would you know," she said. "You never lived the life that I lived." As she was surprised that he would say that, especially after last night. Naruto turned towards her as he was now angry, even more than before. "You are not the only one that had a bad life. Some people in this room had had worse than you," said Naruto. "That old man over there is risking his life for his dreams, and there you are standing up and talking down to him." The director spoke. "Because you don't give up, you can see a dream. Because you're able to see a dream, you will see a future come," he said. "This is nice. What a perfect theme for the final chapter of The Unlucky Princess." As he thought about the publicity that he would get and the awards after filming this. "Director, don't tell me you're going to continue filming," his assistant asked. He had no desire to go up against those snow ninjas once again. Yes, that was terrifying. "I told you, this movie is changing," by the second director said as he held up his hand like a film box. "I can see so many people loving this because of the reality that we're putting in. Nobody would dare believe that we're using real shinobi for the making of this film." "No way," the assistant said. "Think about it, a real princess, a real shinobi, making a movie. It's something that happened once in a lifetime, and we're about to make film history." "I see," the assistant said, as he saw the bigger picture now. "We're going to film and make some big bucks. And it will be a definite hit," he said. "Wait a second," said Koyuki. "However," said Kakashi, "there isn't a place that you can hide now that Dodo had discovered you. To fight is the only way for you to live," said Kakashi. So the mission will continue then, said Sasuke, with some excitement in his voice. The thought of taking on those snow ninjas were a reason for him to stay. He needs to see where he is in terms of power. When it comes to Naruto, yeah, and Princess Fune would go and defeat the evil commander, said Naruto cheerfully. But all of them could hear the sarcasm driven from his voice. Koyuki looked at him. She thought that she could actually, well, speak to him differently from everyone else, given what happened last night, and these spark of feelings that she felt last night. But now hearing the way he was talking and acting now, it was heartbreaking. Don't fool around with this. Everything is far different from a movie, no matter how much you wish it not to be. In reality, there's no such thing as a happy ending in this world. If you put in the effort, you can pull through, said the director strongly. For such a mission, we should return to the village and get more peeps, said Kakashi. As Naruto and Sasuke glared at him hard. That's a waste of time. We can do this, said Sasuke, as Naruto agreed with him. For once I agree with the homo, Naruto said, as Sasuke growled dangerously at him. We're not going back to the village, and even if you want to do that, this early, I'm showing every woman in the village and Kakashi's secret fanboy club this. He pulled out a picture. Kakashi gasped. He tried to grab the photo, but Naruto placed it back in his pocket. Kakashi grumbled as he turned towards the director and nodded. So it's decided. The film will continue, the director said. Let's make the move the happy ending, said the assistant. The next day, with Naruto. Naruto was on one car, as they had wagons up here, as he was looking at the sky with boredom. The only thing he could find entertaining was curving his bullets around birds. The crew then announced that Koyuki has escaped. Naruto sighed. This girl is trying to get herself killed, as he flipped off the truck to go and find her. Meanwhile, with Koyuki, she was rushing through the forest as hard as possible, and as fast as possible. She wasn't going back there and no one to make her. She tripped as she fell over, as she lay there for a few seconds until she heard snow crackling. As Naruto stood over her. Why is it you that always find me, she said. Because it's my mission to protect you, regardless of what transpires. Even if you or I don't like it, I'll chase you wherever you go. All you have to do is follow my nose and you'll be there. Naruto turned and got on one knee as he bent down. Even if I go back, all I will do is act in front of camera. I'm not doing anything else after that, and I'm not returning back to Snow Country. She got on his back though, allowing him to carry her back. I don't really care what you do, after all. The both of us get paid anyway. But you really should try to change your attitude. So, you don't care either way. What happens to me, she said. It's not that I don't care, because I do, said Naruto. The question you should ask, however, is, do you care? It doesn't matter, she said, it's pointless. No one can beat Dodo, she said. Everyone can be beaten no matter what. Not even a god is immune to death. When those who are determined enough had the power to wield it and do it. As Naruto knew that was damn well true. Look at the Kyuubi. People thought that it was a walking natural disaster. Case in weapon, no, look where he was. He was Naruto's ally and his weapon. Why do you even care anyway? Asked Koyuki. He went silent for a few seconds. As he then spoke. When I was born, I lost my mother to childbirth. It was said that there was problems with the pregnancy, and there was a choice of losing me or her dying, and she chose to die. Then barely 3 weeks after my birth, my father died when a demon attacked my village. I grew up alone, and the only one that cared about me was the reinstated leader of our village, who raised me as his grandson. It was only a year ago my life changed drastically, and I am now what I am today. And what caused you to change so drastically? She asked. Before her question could be answered though, the ice beneath their feet started to melt, as there was tracks. Naruto looked confused, but Koyuki looked scared. Meanwhile, on the set, Sanryo checked. There was Chakra running through the tracks. He told everyone to pack up and hide, as he made his way off to get help. He was going to finally end this once and for all, as the director was filming everything that was going to happen. Back with Naruto and Koyuki, Naruto saw a bright light as he wondered what was going on. Train, Koyuki said. Train? What the hell is a train, said Naruto. Oh shit, Naruto said as he saw a massive vehicle rushing towards them. But instead of being scared though, he was smirking. This is gonna be fun. What are you doing, said Koyuki, as Naruto started to slower his pace. We're going to be crushed. Naruto laughed as he started to speed up a bit. Get ready for the ride, said Naruto. Ride? What are you? Naruto flipped with her, as Koyuki screamed, as he landed right on top of the train. What the hell are you doing? She shouted. We're surfing the train, said Naruto. Are you insane? You're gonna get us killed, she said. But Naruto was having too much fun to answer the girl. Speed was his favorite thing in life after all. Well, that and ramen, but that wasn't the point right now. But it soon came to an end as he saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Damn, that pretty much killed the mood. Well, at least this was awesome. You know, kid, if you want to have this much excitement, all you have to do is summon a dragon. And then, have it dive down towards the ground. You know, that's a really good idea, said Naruto. Naruto jumped as a train came out of the tunnel, with Koyuki still wrapped around him. The both of them rolling over as Naruto was laughing, until he was interrupted by a voice. It's nice to see you again, Koyuki. As a man appeared from the train, along with Neri. Dodo, said Koyuki, with a frown. Come on now, it's been 10 years. Come let me see that face of yours. Naruto looked over towards the man as Dodo looked towards him. As Naruto's eyes were blood red. Those eyes of yours, brat. If I were to guess, they look like some sort of demon. The moment he said that, logs slammed into the side of the train, forcing everyone to look up, as Sandy was there, along with a few samurais. All of them had their blade out. Everyone, our victory will be today, Sandio said, as all of them cheer. Our Princess Koyuki is watching. Let us not fail her. Koyuki turned her head as she saw the man literally about to risk his life for this dream that she just spat on like that, and he was here risking his life. Dodo, do you know how long we have waited for this day? Said Sandio. Today, we will get revenge for the death of Sosetsu-sama and all of your crimes that you have done. All of it will be taken out on you, he yelled. You people are still alive. I thought we took out the last of you last year, said Dodo. Nidori bowed and looked towards the man. My deepest apologies, my lord. I will go now and deal with them. No, said Dodo. I have something much quicker, he said. Sandio then rushed down along with his man. Dodo wastes no time as the holsters were on the train as they fire. Damn it. As they impale and slaughter the man. When the barrage finally stopped, Sandio was still standing, as he was limping, a few sticking out of him. Blood was leaking all over his body as he still gripped his sword though. Nidori threw a kunai right towards Sandio's head, but it was blocked by a full shuriken. Sasuke appeared and threw a kunai towards the train with an explosive tag as it exploded. Sakura made her move and threw a ball of explosive tag as it exploded down the mountain, as the ice came down and slammed into the train, as Kakashi let off the rigged explosive note that he had set up earlier. The entire mountainside came crashing down, knocking the train off the tracks. The group made their way down, as Sandio was lying there. He looked towards Koyuki. I'm Sama, he said. She was not crying as she kneeled beside him. I'm very sorry for getting you involved in this. But it was because of you around we didn't lose our hope. We didn't lose our determination to avenge the death of your father. Ever since you were young, and even now, you are always our princess. That's what I believe you are. Please believe in yourself. You are our hope, Haim-sama. As a lone tear fell from his eye. So please, don't cry. With that, his heart gave out as he died. Koyuki picked up the dagger that he was holding on to. You really are stupid, Sandio, she said. I cannot cry because you have the eye job, she said, as she held the dagger close to her chest. Do you all see now, she said. Let's get out of here. If we stay here for any longer, we won't be able to leave safely. We're heading back, she said. She started to walk off, but Naruto grabbed her arm. What the hell do you have to go back to? I thought this was your home country. If you want to go home, you'll have to defeat Dodo to do it. She pulled her arm out of Naruto's grip. Well, if you don't want to do it, I'll rip his head off, said Naruto. For Sandio, at least. You still don't get it, said Koyuki. There's no spring in this country. This is a place where your tears freeze and your heart turns to stone. But weren't you supposed to change all of that? Asked Sakura. At least, do it for Sandio-san. After all, he believed you could. Koyuki glared at her. Stop talking nonsense. She walked off again before Naruto grabbed her hand. Where the hell do you think you're going, he said. Just leave me alone, she said. She was about to continue, but Dodo rised out with a blimp, with Misery standing in the doorway. He launched a new arm from his gauntlet. As he wrapped her on Koyuki midsection, seeing as she released her grip from Naruto, she was grabbed completely. She was yanked as kunais fly down. Ice spears erupted, forcing the group to jump back. Naruto blasts off the ground with pure chakra as he summoned his dragon and hopped onto it, wasting no time. Everyone regroup. We gotta follow them before Naruto does something stupid to Kakashi. Meanwhile, with Koyuki, Dodo was sitting in a chair across from Koyuki. You have become beautiful, said Dodo. Do you have the crystal? Yes, she said. That's good, he said. Because that is the only thing that connects us to the treasure. And our family as a whole. Key. Treasure? What are you talking about? When I took over this country from your father, there was nothing left of the treasure. Your father must have hid it somewhere else. I looked for it and finally found it. It's a massive weapon hidden in the Rainbow Glaciers. And the key is that, he said. When I get a hold of the weapon, our country will have the power to take over the 5 other nations, he said. Now then, can you please hand it over? She removed the necklace and gave it to him. He caught it. As he looked at it, he then grabbed her by her collar. Don't screw around me. This is a fake. As he crushed it. That's not possible, she said. As she thought, Kakashi Hatake. What? Said Dodo. I see, said Niri. So he switched it out. Should we bring Kakashi here? Asked Sabuki. There's no need. They will come here by themselves very soon. The next day, all was quiet around Dodo Fortress, as guards were everywhere. The guards were relaxed, thinking that no one would ever go against Dodo, but they were dead wrong. Screams and chaos broke out as they saw bodies litter on the ground as someone was slaughtering guards making his way in. A single chakra tail behind him, with Yamato glowing red in his hand, ripping through ninjas after ninjas. A massive, large amount of snow ninjas rushed towards Naruto, as it seems like they don't get that they weren't going to win. As he went through hand sign, slamming his hand down, an eruption of flames erupted from the ground, heating up and melting up with the snow. It slammed into the barricade of men that were coming, as an explosion went out, shaking the fortress. Koyuki looked up, hearing the explosions from herself. The guards rushed off to see what was happening, only for one of them to scream. Koyuki saw the man passing, but he was in 2 pieces, as another one was thrown off the railing, his head smashed against the grill. She then felt something, as she stood back, thinking that this person was here to kill her, whoever it was. But he then arrived at the cell, as she saw it was Naruto. Naruto sliced right through the bars, wasting no time. Hurry up, he said, as Koyuki looked at him. Come on, he said. She came out as she started to run beside him. How? She said to him. I'm a shinobi, this is nothing but child's play. Besides, I already told you, I'll protect you, and I don't go back on my promise, he said. Another snow ninja appeared. Naruto raised his blade. Kakashi quickly removed the disguise, as Kakashi returned the crystal after Koyuki asked him. They made their way as 2 snow shinobi slammed into a wall, as it was Sakura and Sasuke. Naruto put Koyuki in his back once more, and they quickly ran at shinobi speed. This way, said Koyuki, pointing the direction for them to take to get the hell out of here. As they arrived in a large dark room, stopping, there was Dodo, as the lights flickered on as he was clapping. He had a smirk on his face and looking towards Koyuki. Well done, Koyuki. If I was a critic, I would say that was your best acting yet. As Naruto was going to kill this man right here and now, as he moved, but Koyuki suddenly ran over to Dodo. Kakashi went to stop her, but the 3 ninjas interrupted them. Once Koyuki reached Dodo, she handed him the crystal. Everyone seemed to have forgotten that I'm an actress, she said. She did not make eye contact with Naruto, just the others, but she winked as she reached into her robe. It's true, she acted out the entire scene. She then turned. Yes, I'm an actor, so you shouldn't be surprised when She stabbed him with a dagger that she took from Sanryu, as she started to push the blade deeper. Yes, the entire thing was an act, in order for me to get closer to you, she said. That's why I said I'm an actress, no one can do my job better than me. Damn you, Dodo said. She dropped her weight on him, pushing him towards the end of the staircase as the both of them fall. I knew I would die if I returned here, she said. But it doesn't matter now. I've already accepted. As the both of them crashed down hard. But Dodo started to laugh. Well, I'm fine, he said. This new toy of mine won't let me die yet. Dodo had a new version of the chakra armor on him. This is designed to withstand an A-class jutsu and any other weapons. In this armor, I am truly invincible. Dodo felt something as he turned. Bullets connected with him. The chakra bullets that Naruto created as he slammed into his armor. One of them slicing into his face as he stepped back. Well then, said Naruto, let's see your armor withstand my sword. Dodo quickly grabbed Koyuki off the ground, using only one arm to pick her up. It's pointless, someone like you can never defeat me, he said. Now, let us go, Koyuki, he said. Beyond the rainbow, as he pressed a button hidden under his left arm. The ceiling collapsed, pulling Dodo up on a wire. Naruto aimed his arm down, Serente, as he launched himself outside as well. The others stayed behind to take care of the ninjas. Dodo had taken off by the time he get outside, as Naruto summoned Pandora and turned into his bike form as he went after them. It took a while, but Dodo finally touched down, right in front of the crystal glaciers, with Koyuki herself looking shocked. Dodo was standing in front of a shrine. As he chuckled, he put in the key and waited as it lighted up. "Now, where is the treasure?" he said. The man looked as he saw the snow start to melt. "It's getting warm," said Koyuki. "This is a generator," said Dodo. "This is a treasure? A goddamn heat generator?" the man said, furious. Dodo heard something as he turned to see the boy coming on a bike. The film crew right behind them, as the director was smiling the entire time. This was a shot of a lifetime. The hero coming in to take care of the big bad villain. They moved to a safe direction and get themselves out of danger way. Dodo went to a chain of hand signs, ice release, black dragon blizzard. Naruto leaped off his bike and returned back to normal as his Pandora disappeared. A black dragon smashed and decimated the earth where Naruto dropped. Naruto burst out of it as he was holding on to Yamato. Naruto slashed at Dodo, but Dodo blocked it with his arm. "Damn it, why won't you die, brat?" Naruto jumped back as the man smashed his fist into the ground. Naruto rushed forward and blocked Dodo's punch as he swept under his arm and slashed at the armor. Dodo smirked. "That won't work," he says. He swung towards Naruto, jumped back. Dodo rushed towards him. "You die right here," he said. He was tired of this brat getting in his way. But Naruto simply waved his blade. Dodo only saw 5 blur. Something smashed into him as he was sent sailing back, crashing down hard. He looked shocked as he looked down. He gasped in surprise. The center plate was cracked wide open with several gashes all over his armor. He was confused as he looked at Naruto. "I'm not done yet," Dodo says. He went through one sign. Ice release. "Twin Dragon Blizzard," he said, firing 2 black dragons towards Naruto. Naruto went through one sign. Ice release. Demonic Dragon Blast. As the dragons crashed together, forming a huge tornado in mid-air, Koyuki rushed to hide behind one of the ice pillars as she looked out to see if Naruto was okay. Once the tornado died down, Dodo started to laugh as he did not see the white-haired boy anywhere. He died. As Dodo laughed, Dodo stopped laughing when he saw a small light as it caught his eye. Koyuki saw it as well as she turned. "I didn't want to use the suits yet until I was able to do it on my own," said Naruto, as him and a clone was holding a rather large Rasengan. "But yes, it's over," said Naruto. As it always does in the stories, the bad guy loses. The Rasengan started to glow brighter. "Naruto," Koyuki cried out. "I'll believe in you," she said. "I can say that without a doubt. You are the greatest ninja I've ever known." "Oh, that," said Naruto. "I already know that," he said, as they rushed forward. The sun came out reflecting as it went down shining towards the Rasengan. It was then that Sakura, Kakashi, and Sasuke appeared after dealing with the trio back there. "Whoa," said Sakura. "It's just like in the movies," as the rainbow shined brightly. Dodo swing as Naruto got close, taking out the clone. As Naruto smirked, "Take this." "Giant Rasengan," he said as he smashed the Rasengan right in Dodo's armor. It was already cracked and fractured, so this ignite. It exploded outwards. The entire force of the Rasengan shattered the land where Dodo stood. The man's body was sent sailing in the air as he crashed into one of the platforms, creating a huge spiral crack all around. Dodo then collapsed to the ground. The generator finally full powered as the place started to change. Grass started to be seen. But then a reflection started to play. It was Koyuki and her father. Koyuki started to cry as she watched the recording. "I told you I'd protect you," said Naruto. She turned towards him as she rushed over and hugged him. Team 7 watched with 3 emotions to what just happened. Well, what happened next? Shock, surprise, and jealousy as Koyuki kissed Naruto. Sasuke was surprised since he thought they hated each other. Kakashi was shocked. He never knew this happened. And Sakura felt jealous for some reason as she watched. As Koyuki broke apart, "Now this is what I call a happy ending," she said, as she kissed him once again. As the director was now crying, as he started to clap. That was just wonderful. Time skip. Team 7 was now standing in front of Koyuki, who was now the daimyo of the land of spring. It has been a week since the event, as Sakura spent the week shopping and pampered up. Sasuke took this time to do nothing. Kakashi had caught, well, a cold, so he took the time to just relax. And Naruto used his time to hang with Koyuki, which she was happy for. Koyuki seemed more in peace with herself. She was happy to have Naruto there. Many girls were surprised when they saw who the daimyo was with, as they wonder where that boy came from. After all, many of them never saw him before. But given that recent times were bad, they wouldn't expect to see him. But he was so handsome, and many of the guys were glaring at Naruto, seeing that him and Koike were spending a lot of time together. But today was all ending. Kakashi had returned back to perfect health. After a week of just relaxing, it's time for them to return home. They gave their goodbyes, and Naruto and Koike shared one long kiss before departing. He was handed an envelope from her, and promised that she would never forget him. In the envelope was 3 photos. One was him and Koike holding hands, the other, 2 of them kissing. And the last one was her his eyes alone. So with that, the group headed off. After making their way by boat, and 5 hours of traveling, they decided to camp out for the night. But little did they know, someone was watching them. Are you sure you wish to do this? As 2 people were watching the group. Yes, if we get in now, we'll be further ahead in our plans. As the man released a bird that fly up overhead at the campsite. As he waited, he didn't smile. Guts! The thing exploded. Naruto was still awake as he had on his pants and his boot. Naruto looked up to see that it was a blonde figure, wearing a black cloak with red clothes on it. Yes, I found you, the man said. Kakashi's eye widened as he got in front of his students, as he knew who this was, as he pulled up his headband, wasting no time, showing his Sharingan. Guys, we need to be careful here, he said. Kakashi-sensei, who is this, said Sakura. That's Deidara, S-rank mutant of the Hidden Stone, a maniac who is known for exploding things, wanted all around the Elemental Nation. It was reported that he killed the Sand Lane Tishikage with his special jutsu. However, why he's here I don't know. Pretty good analysis on me, Kakashi. But for why I'm here for that white-haired kid. And just what the hell do you want her to ask? As he summoned Rebellion to his hand. Oh, it doesn't matter. Just come along quietly and I'll spare your friends. Naruto pushed Kakashi aside and passed him. That's real funny and all, but I want to get some sleep. So what do you say I kill you and get this all over with? Deidara smirked and opened his palms to reveal that they had mouths, as he spat out clay after molding. As there was a poof of smoke, and something was now there. A huge clay dragon crouched down in front of them. Deidara jumped on its back. The thing flapped its wing and took off in the air. So it's a battle of dragons, huh? Summoning jutsu, said Naruto, as the place was enveloped with smoke. Kakashi, eyes widened. Kakashi was about to help Naruto, but a kunai landed as it exploded, forced him to jump back. When it cleared, there was just a log there. Kakashi was a distance away with Sakura and Sasuke far behind him. Kakashi looked towards where the kunai came from, as he saw a man wearing black cloak and red clothes as well, just like Deidara. And he also had a face mask with a smile paint on it, with one of the eyes painted black, the other one painted white. He had a headband around his neck from Kumo with a slash going through it. Hello, Kakashi. Kakashi's eyes narrowed before they widened. You are Reigiri Makito, the strong arm, missing enough Kumo. The man laughed. With Deidara and Naruto. When the smoke cleared away, the beast that Naruto summoned was a dragon, as the dragon was saying, as he looked up to see Naruto standing there. Well now, Naruto-sama, it's good to see you again. Why have you summoned me here? Naruto pointed towards the clay dragon. That is interesting. I'd never seen that type of dragon before. Who's the summoner? He asked. It's not a summoned dragon, it's just a weak attempt of trying to make one. But I would like your help to defeat this guy. Be careful though. It seems like he was the one that caused the light show. The dragon flapped his wings as he made his way up. Deidara made his dragon turn towards Naruto and expand his mouth. A smaller dragon that looked like a pig with wings flew out. Wind release, great breakthrough, said Naruto, as he blew away the mini dragon. The thing exploded, even though it was a distance that almost threw Naruto off balance. He then looked towards Deidara as a smirk came on his face. Oh yeah, this should be fun, he said. Let's go, Saiyan, he said. Saiyan moved forward and slashed at the dragon, but the thing nosedived towards the ground and fired a clay ball right towards him. Saiyan flapped his wing and blew away the clay ball. As Saiyan then opened his mouth and blasted something out of it, it looked like sparkling wind. The clay dragon dodged. The blast hit the forest and leveled a huge part of it. Naruto whistled. What the hell was that? It is my power over cosmic energy, mixed with wind. as he fired another cosmic energy as the dragon fired another clay ball. The two collided in mid-air as they exploded, bright and shine over the area. Well then, let's rip this guy to shreds, said Naruto. Very well, Naruto-sama, said Saiyan as he flew down. Meanwhile, with Kakashi and Makoto, Kakashi jumped back from a huge axe that slammed itself in the ground in front of him. He then launched himself as he clashed against the man's blade. Makoto spin around, aimed to cleave Kakashi's head off. Kakashi had to jump back as Makoto then jumped up in the air and brought his axe down. Kakashi moved as the axe split the earth, creating a deep gouge in the earth. Kakashi went through handstand mid-air. First that fireball jutsu, he said, breathing out a massive fire towards the man. The man slammed his hand in the earth and pulled out a large chunk of earth and threw it towards the fireball. I thought you would give me a challenge, not a candle lighter. Stop playing around, Hatake, he said, as he rushed towards Kakashi with the ox in his hand. Kakashi jumped over him and threw 3 kunais. The man spun and blocked the 3 kunais easily. Kakashi went through hand signs, earth release, earth fall. The ground started to rapture up towards the mutineer. The man slammed his hand down. Earth release, ring of earth, he said. When Kakashi jutsu near Makoto, a tower of earth popped up and blocked Kakashi's attack. Makoto then burst out of the ground as he had traveled quickly. Kakashi jumped back as he was fast on the move. When Kakashi landed, the man backhanded him away. The man appeared in mid-air with Kakashi as Kakashi lashed out with his fists, but the man ducked under it and smashed the fist in Kakashi's gut as he winced out in pain. Makoto then grabbed Kakashi by the throat and threw him mid-air before spinning around and slammed his heel in Kakashi's chest. Kakashi wheezed out as he was sent sailing back, but Makoto wasn't finished as he vanished in a burst of speed and appeared behind Kakashi, ready to end it all. But Kakashi twisted his body in mid-air and flipped away as the axe swings through the air where Kakashi was supposed to be. Kakashi used that momentum and slammed his foot in the man's head as he flipped over and kneed the man in the gut. As he smashed his fist twice hard in the man's face. As the man stepped back, Kakashi then spun and delivered a brutal kick. The man leaned himself back over as he cracked his neck. Not bad, Hatake, but you will need far more strength than that to kill me. Kakashi's eyes narrowed dangerously. This was bad. Really bad. As he slipped into the taijutsu stance. The strong fist stance that guy used. Well then, Hatake, let's see what you got, the man said, as he also slipped into a stance. Let's see which one of us will fall first. But guys, if you end this episode right here, if you want something Sparda, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in social media platform. But I'm out for now. See you guys soon. Peace.